Hello everyone, can anybody hear me? I hope so. So hello everyone and welcome to our stream regarding SCP-XXX development, our near future plans and some further plans as well. I'm here with Scott. Hello Scott.
Hello.
Scott is our COO if you don't already know. So if you have any questions to him as well, feel free to ask them. Before we get started with your questions, I'm gonna justify myself why there was no English stream for a longer time. That's because of our previous difficulties, mostly because my previous stream was not as good as I wanted. So I was a little bit stressed and, you know, it just happens. So also I think we should mention about our next update that is coming to that is going to be in like 1 month. I'm not sure about it, but actually we are going to make one of the biggest update we ever made. I think that is the biggest one. It is going to add a lot of new features, including new SCPs, including playable and SCP items. SCP items in our meaning is SCPs that are not playable, but you can use them. You can. It's like, you know, for instance, SCP-500 is an SCP item, which means you can use it, but you cannot play as it. So I hope you understand it. Also, we are going to, that's also a fun fact, we are going to rework the entire surface zone. A surface zone is the outside of the facility, is the zone where you can escape as a D-boy or as a scientist. You can also respawn as an MTF or a Chaos Insurgency. Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit. So, SCP-079 confirmed. I'm not saying anything about 079, but I just won't say anything about it, but yeah, that's everything I can say right now. Oh, sorry for my hair, I wasn't... Oh, sorry for that. Okay, yeah, and on the surface zone, I really can't say too much about the surface zone, because most information are restricted to our Patreon supporters, but I can say that we are going to add a lot of props, like trains, like explosive barrels, and many different things. It will be completely different, it will be something completely original. It won't be based on the previous surface, it will be something completely new. We are also going to add CASI for access. I'm not sure if you know what CASI is. CASI is our announcer. It's Central Autonomic Service System for Internal Emergencies, which means that's the system that announces MTF entrances or SCP deaths like SCP-939 contained successfully. That's CASI. That's the announcer. Many people thought it's a person and that I don't know, interrupting is an error, but actually CASI is an AI. So we are also going to add many different props and many different buildings that are definitely that should be a great feature in the new surface. Okay, so that's everything from me. I'm not sure if you have anything to add, Scott. Do you? Scott, are you there? Scott went away. Okay. So yeah, I think we can start. Let me just take a look at my notepad because I noted a lot of things. Oh, yeah. Also, it's worth mentioning that the recent update was mainly focused on bug fixing and some minor features like new UIs, elevator buttons, more doors and glasses, also some minor general improvements. It's mostly because this new update should help you with waiting for the new one. Because, as I mentioned before, the new update should occur in more than 1 month, than a month, so you're gonna have to wait a lot for this update, and that's why we want to give you a stable build with a smaller amount of bug fixes, and yeah, that's it. Would you add me on Discord when you're going to answer the questions? What do you mean? I don't know really. Okay, so let me get back to the questions. Let me take a look on our Steam Hub. Okay, so the first question is, do you consider the game to be alpha, beta, or close to be finished? Also, will it cost money to play in the future? I think I can start answering the second question you mentioned. Is will the game cost money to play in the future? No, the game will be completely free for all the time. We are not going to make this game paid. Although we are thinking about some other ways to monetize it. I'm not trying to do something rude or anything like this. Don't worry, this game won't be monetized too much. It will be only some minor, not like unnoticeable changes, like, right? So currently the only way to monetize our game is Patreon, is supporting us on Patreon, and also we do have a ref link to Zap Hosting. Zap Hosting is our partner, and you can buy some servers on that site. I really recommend doing that if you need some server host, and yeah, what playable SCP is coming out? I really can't say. I really cannot say. Okay, so yeah, the game will definitely not be paid in the future, that's for sure. But we are going to add some different ways to monetize it. Okay, next question from Steam Hub is there any info on when we are going to be getting some sort of quality of life update for server listings, such as sorting and favoring... oh, okay, so you're saying about general server browser improvements. Yes, that's something we are planning to do, because the current server browser we have is very outdated. We didn't change anything to the server browser since the release. We only added a name filter, but that's pretty much everything what we did regarding the features that it has. So yeah, we definitely are going to add some way to mark your server as, like, you know, you can view your server history, or you can also mark your favorite server as with some star, so you can actually see that this server is your favorite one, and yeah, that's definitely something we should think about. I think we'll answer like 3 more questions from Steam Hub, and then we will get back to you, because Steam Hub is currently more it's more important to us. Okay, do you ever considered about making more SCP games? I'm not sure about more SCP games, but we are definitely thinking about making more games in general. So yeah, more games from our studio is something very possible. I cannot say if that will be an SCP game or something completely different. I would like to make more games not related to SCP, because I'm not sure, but we'll start working on another game if SCP-SL will start dying, will start losing its activity. Currently we are gaining a lot of... every single day we have higher peaks in our player base, but it's actually very well, it's actually very good, but if we start losing players, it's a good time to start making another games. And I'm not sure if that really should be another SCP game, because if SCP-SL is dying, that means that most likely the entire SCP universe is getting a little bit boring. I'm not sure, because I don't know, it really depends. So do you plan to incorporate more ammo, or just increase the overall ammo of players can get? I've used my old 70 shots. Okay, so currently we are saying about the amount of ammo we get at the beginning of the game, but that's actually the point. Ammo in the game should be very rare. I mean, beneficial. I'm not sure if I'm using the correct word, but actually ammo in the game should worth a bunch. I don't know what to say more, but yeah, actually that's my entire plan. Will the machine gun be remade? I'm talking about the model and the mechanics of shootings. Yes, we are going to completely replace the machine gun with something completely different in the future. We are reworking the entire weapon system once again. We are also thinking about adding some weapons, some different kind of weapons like shotguns and many different things, many different types of weapons. Hubert, what's your favorite SCP? That's a question from chat. My favorite SCP is in the game is I think Peanut. I think Peanut is my favorite SCP to play as, cause I think it's the most entertaining SCP in the game, but it's only my opinion. Okay, so let me take a look at. Will you balance the game? Playing as a D-boy is now impossible. Okay, so what about balancing the game? I think that the current balance of the game is it really depends on your skills, right? I'm a player that played over 1,500 hours, if I am correct. 1,400 hours in the game of gameplay. So yeah, I'm pretty experienced player, and I don't think that this is very unbalanced, because I have some basic know-how how to play as a D-boy, how to play against D-boys, and so on. So I think that it really depends on your skills, on your it really depends on your actual experience from the game. Do proximity chat and more guns. Proximity chat is already in the game? I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by proximity chat. I get out of English. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of people that are trying to force me to start speaking Polish. Guys, we already had a lot of Polish streams in the past. Let me make this one single English stream once a month or something like this. Proximity voice chat. Yeah, but what is proximity voice chat? In my knowledge, proximity voice chat is a voice chat that changes its properties depending on the distance from the source. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you read out the models of both SCP-939s? I think that current SCP-939 models are good enough. We actually have a new model of SCP-939-59, which is a doggo one. But yeah. Being able to crouch. Okay, so I think some kind of crouching to the game is fairly impossible at the current stage, because we would have to add new animations so it's just kind of hard to do at this status of the game. Please add more places and SCPs. I already said that we are going to rework the entire surface and add new SCPs. That's actually an answer to your question. Chris, you're constantly spamming that I should do a proximity text chat and more guns. Oh, proximity text chat. Okay, that makes sense. I already mentioned about more guns, but yeah, a proximity text chat is something that could be micro glitch. Is there anything wrong with my microphone right now? Okay, never mind. I think everything is working. Yeah, so proximity text chat is something that could be added later in the future, but I'm not sure if that's really necessary at this point. In my opinion, many people already have a microphone. It's not very hard to get one. Microphones are very cheap in nowadays. You can literally buy a new microphone for like $5, and for $5 you're quite ready to buy a good microphone. I mean, good enough to communicate with your staff with your teammates. Can you make a version of CB on Steam? I can't download Unity, but I don't understand what you mean. I'm not the owner of SCP-CB. I'm only an owner of SCP-Secret Laboratory. I'm not related to Containment Breach. Will you have more SCPs in the future? Yes, I already mentioned about it. We are going to add more SCPs in the next update. We are going to add multiple SCPs in the next update. Not only one, but more. Okay, also there are new questions on our Steam Hub. How about you change the engine of the game soon? Unity engine is good for effects, but if you want to make this game more spooky and climatic, it's time to decide. I don't agree. I mean, many people think that many people say that, hey, maybe you should change the engine, but it's something impossible. It's really impossible, because it's like if I wrote a book in Polish and I wanted to translate it into French, which I don't understand, I would have to spend a lot of time on learning French, on translating this book. In our case, in case of changing the engine, it's not a single button, right? It's the entire operation. We have to build the game from scratch on a different engine. Do you understand how hard it is? And you're actually expecting me to change the engine to Unreal. Many people suggest me to changing the engine on Unreal engine, which is impossible because I don't know. No one from our team, actually, only a few people from our team ever used Unreal Engine, which is, and we would have to learn from very beginning, from the basics. How should we operate this engine? And it's not possible to just change the engine, to just convert the game to a different engine. Can you add more first-person animations? Yeah, that's something that is going to be added. We are going to rework every single item in the game. The game is being constantly reworked, and yeah. Just say I must rewrite the code. Okay, this may sound like a joke, but we are indeed going to do something which is called refactoring. Refactoring, which means we are going to rewrite the entire source code of the game. Hubert, perfect English. My English is not good at all, but I'm even at least I'm trying, right? At least I'm trying. I know I have a stupid accent and so on, but at least I'm trying. Will there be a melee weapon in the game in the further future? We've been thinking about melee weapons. I'm not sure if we really need it right now, but why not? We can think about it. Is 9.14 getting changed? Will there be a new keycards? As I mentioned before, we are going to rework the entire item system. So maybe during this procedure we are going to add some new keycards or change the existing ones. How many people are working on this game? Currently on our staff Discord we have 129 members, but most of them are tech supporters or Steam moderation. So these people are helping us with the game. They're keeping the game alive, but they are not putting the direct content to the game, right? I can say that we have like 7 gameplay programmers, 20 artists, and 10 game designers. That's also, we have a couple of voice actors, also some we have a lot of some beta testers. We have a lot of people that are actually working on the game, that are actually putting some new content to the game. It's kind of hard to count them all, because they are divided into. Discord does not allow me to do that. Are you going to add it? Are you going to add maintenance tunnels? No, we are not. Okay, that's also a fact that people. I mean, people think that we are going to make the direct port of SCP Containment Breach, which is not true. We only took some. Oh wait a second, because my friend just let me know that currently in the game there are 3,500 people playing in the game. That's actually a new high score. I will actually, I will show you that. Wait a second, because currently we have a new high score in our display capture. currently during this stream, as you can see, we have the higher peak during the entire history of our game. As you can see, we used to have 3,156, and now we have 3,400, which is a new high score, which is great. Thank you very much for everything who's currently playing. Okay, so going back to the question, I totally lost the thing what I was talking about. As every zone name's gonna be changed in the future. Yes, we are going to rework the heavy containment zone, because if you don't already know, we already changed something in heavy containment zone. As you can see right behind me, this is a room that was not present in containment breach. Oh, okay, now I can remember what I was talking about. Many people think that we are going to make a direct port of SCP Containment Breach, which is not true, because we only took some models from Containment Breach. Some models. We actually took a lot of models from the Containment Breach and we used them in Secret Laboratory. But it's not our primary objective. We are not going to make a second SCP Containment Breach but in multiplayer. We are trying to create something new, and as you can see, currently we are replacing the old SCP Containment Breach assets with our new ones. And yeah, that's actually what we are trying to do. We are not going to... Our game is based on SCP Containment Breach assets, but not on SCP Containment Breach gameplay. SCP Containment Breach gameplay was like, you are a D-boy and we are a Class D personnel and you have to escape, right? That's the purpose of Containment Breach. Also, there's a lot of lore things and so on. SCP Containment Breach is very entertaining games. If you didn't play it already, I would really recommend it to you. So yeah, we are not going to make a direct port. We just want to make something original, which is not noticeable at this point because many things are currently taken from Containment Breach. I do remember you, Avars. Are you going to make a new zone? A new zone? What do you mean by that? We are not going to add more zones in the game, but we are going to replace the current ones. For instance, the entrance zone is not reworked at all. There's only we only did some changes to the intercom, but that's it. So yeah, we are going to rework the entire entrance zone as well. It's not in the next update, but that's also a further plan. We introduce better character models and animations. Cannot speak English, so I use a story interpreter for mistakes. Okay. We introduce better characters, models, and animations. Yeah. I think yeah, that's something we are planning to do. We are currently going to do a lot of visual improvements as well, because the current way how the animations look is like bad. Is the new entrance gonna be big or small? It will have the same size. We are just going to replace the old models with our new ones. There's no need for new zones. Yeah, there's no need for new zones. The facility is already quite huge. There's already a lot of rooms where you can hide, where you can get lost and so on. my accent, sorry. Is there going to be a zombie rework? Yes, we are going to rework some SCPs as well. We are actually going to rework SCP 096, 049, and that's it. I think that 939 and 173 is mechanics and visual aesthetics is good enough. SCP 106 already get a visual improvement. We are also going to rework some mechanics and pocket dimension. Actually, I'm not sure, Scott, but do you think I can show them? I'm not sure if Scott is in there. Scott, are you there? Scott actually told me 30 minutes ago that he's going to be in around 15 minutes. He's not still. He actually left me alone. Okay, so I'm gonna ask my staff if that's okay to publish this image of our new of our new pocket dimension. Okay. Okay, I think it's not a problem. I will just do that, alright? I will just do that. This is only a beta version of that. But here, take a look on that. So that's the beta version of how the pocket dimension is gonna look like. I hope you like it. Also, there are some different variations, some lighting. We are actually working a lot of some lighting effects and some texture works and so on and so on. Yeah. So I hope you like it. Ugly. Oh my god, wow, nice. Awesome, hot. Why don't you say hi at me at school? Because most likely I don't know you. If I know you, just say hello to me. I will re-answer. I will answer you actually. Looks like Xenomorph rest. Yeah, that's right. That's very right. Okay, if you have any questions, any new questions, will there be a rework of the anti-cheat? It's a bit glitchy at the moment. Yes, also, there's another thing that I forgot to mention about. There's a new update that is going to be published today. After I finish the stream, I'm gonna build a new version of the game. It will actually only consist of some anti-cheat bug fixes, but yeah, I think it's still worth downloading it. It's not it's not compatible. Compatible? I think it's compatible with the previous version. We got an armor function. Armor function. What is armor function? I don't think there's even an armor in the game. Oh. Okay. I'm looking for some good questions. If you don't have any, I think we can get back to some, I don't know, gameplays or anything. If you have any propositions what we can do on this stream, you can also let me know about it. Armor function reduces damage of bullets. Oh, the armor feature, right? The armor existence in the game. Yes, I think adding some armors, like adding some ways to... I really don't know what to think about it. That's quite an obvious suggestion, but I'm not sure. I don't know, I'm not sure what should I think about it. New alpha warhead. What's wrong with the current alpha warhead? We're indeed going to rework the outside. And there will be a new Cassie access point, so you will be able to change something in there. We are keeping chat English only. Every message in another language will be deleted and timeouted. That's right. Will there be a performance improvement? Okay, so this is a very hard question because we are working hard on making some performance improvements, some optimization and so on. But at the same time, we are going to add more visual aspects. So it's kind of hard, it's even impossible to keep the optimization going and keep the visual improvements going. It's kind of impossible to improve the game with some visuals and optimize it at the same time. How about two warheads, Alpha Warhead and Omega Warhead? I already mentioned that we are not going to make the second containment breach. How many times do I have to repeat that? Come on, guys. If you are playing our game, I would like you to know that our game is something completely different than containment breach. Indeed, we are using a lot of assets from the containment breach. I'm really grateful or thankful for SCP containment breach creators. We actually have some. We actually used to have some conversations, and yeah, I'm aware of the fact that we are using a lot of content from the SCP containment breach, but it's not our purpose. I mean, we are not going to make a second containment breach. A second SCP containment breach game. Where is the beta warhead? Beta warhead, yeah. Will you bring back the April Fool's update and the add ketchup logo? MTF save doctors, CI save D-boys, D-class. Are you going to add a third site that is going to save SCPs? But what's the point of saving SCPs? SCPs don't have to be saved, they have to kill, right? The purpose of SCPs is to have as many kills, as many frags as they can. Please add a camera system. Camera system will be added with... I almost said that. Forget about it. I said nothing. Will you add a tutorial back? We are going to add a separated game. It will be a small game. Most likely it will be a DLC. It would be a campaign mode. I'm not sure if I pronounced that word correctly, but it will be some game mode with some history, with some lore of the game. Which SCP will you add next? I really cannot say anything about it. We are going to add new SCPs. That's a fact, but we are not saying what SCPs exactly are going to be added. Will it be free? RIP? What's wrong with the stream? People are saying that stream is not working. Is that true? Okay, if you can hear me, just let me know. Is it working? Hello? I will try to wave myself and see if... Okay. Stream is back. Okay, so I want you to refresh everything. Sorry for the technical problems. I'm not sure why it actually happened, because I have no dropped frames in my OBS. Stream is working now. Okay, that's great. Are you Twicken's twin? I'm not. Why? Why are you asking? When are you going to replace rest of LCZ rooms? In the near future we are going to replace the toilets. And yeah, the light containment zone is not finished yet. The rework is not finished yet. We are planning to finish it with the surface rework at the same time. Rip again. It seems that YouTube is doing something wrong, because my OBS says that everything is working correctly. So it seems that it's a good time to finish our stream. What would you say about it? If you have any last questions, that let me know about them right now. Echo Warhead. Okay, so the last question. Will you add speaking for SCP-049? Yes! Okay, so that was a very quick question. Get another one. Will there be a Halloween and Christmas joke reworks? Yes, I think I can say yes. I mean, I wasn't sure if I really can say about it, but yeah, we are going to do more events, like, I think you know what I mean. I have a good idea. Maybe people can shut off zombies' hands and legs, something like that. But what's the point of that? I mean, atmosphere, but... Okay, I will answer a couple of questions. I'm kind of addicted on answering to answering the questions. Will we be able to host servers through Steam? No, because it's... I can't find a reason for saying no, but it just won't be added. Would you like added matchmaking system to the game? It's actually the same question. We are not going to add any matchmaking and Steam matchmaking system, mostly because that it's hard to implement, and also it's very unstable. It's kind of hard to maintain, right? So if we introduce it, it will be kind of hard to make it safe, make it... I just can't say that. Currently, our server system works like in Garry's mod, so you have to host your own server on a separated machine. The person asked, how about VR support? Actually, I've been thinking about it, because last weekend I was at my friend's house, and he actually showed what's the past tense of show? Whatever. He actually let me take a look on the VR. So shown. That's the correct okay, past tense. So he actually showed me the VR, and I was pretty interested in that. And I promise that I'm going to add VR support to Secret Lab. I really cannot say when, because I'm not even sure how hard it is. But it's very possible that we are going to add it in some point in the future. Will you add skins to the game, like character weapon skins? Maybe we actually have been thinking about adding some skins in the game. They won't be paid. I mean, we've been thinking about adding some loot boxes, some free loot boxes that you are going to get from playing on official servers. And you can just open the loot boxes for free, so you don't have to pay anything. You're gonna get skins based on your luck. Player customization. Unity supports VR. I know that Unity supports VR, but the fact that it supports does not mean that it's easy to implement, right? Because we still have to add some ways to interpret the controllers, the camera movement. So if you shake around, you have to actually reproduce these steps in Unity. I'm not sure how hard it is, because I was never programming in VR mode in Unity. But yeah, I think it's doable. Good game and free chests, yeah. Free loot boxes. Free cases. Will you add a melee weapons? Melee weapons. Whatever, I already answered this question. Will there be different game modes? Currently we are working on a feature called SLML. It's actually a solution that allows you to display some UI on user screen. So as a server, you can modify your server code and force your clients to display some UI elements on the screen. It means it's very possible to make custom game modes. And yeah. VR is pretty easy to add, but it's hard to polish. Okay. We're gonna talk about it. Pierwszy. What about peaceful SCPs? Okay. Peaceful SCP will be added in the next update. Alright? That's the thing I can promise. I will not say if it will. It will. It won't be peaceful for the entire time. It can be peaceful and it can be actually. I just won't say anything about it. But SCP that is going to be added may be peaceful if it wanted to. Okay. We got spawn animations like D-Boys getting out of bed, NTF coming in helicopter. You meant out of the helicopter, and Chaos out of the Jeep. The thing is that on the new outside, we are not sure about how the classes will spawn. Maybe we will completely change their vehicles. Everything depends on what we are going to add. Yes, I think we are going to enter the final sequence. Scott, are you there, actually? Okay, so Scott actually left me forever. Okay, so on behalf of Scott, I can say thank you for watching. Now we are going to enter the final sequence. Let's play our outro music. It's actually a final. I can actually show you some fun facts about this music, because if you don't already know, this music that you could heard at the beginning of the stream is a remix. It's an orchial or whatever. It's a second version of the Final Flash of Existence, which is our Secret Lab main theme. I'm pretty sure you know that music. This is the original version that is currently playing. Will Scott ever return? I'm afraid he won. I'm not sure if you know that music. If not, I will show you something different. Decontamination, that's right. So that's our SCP-SL main theme. You can actually Google that if you just search in YouTube for SCP Secret Laboratory main theme, you're definitely going to find it. Also, this music is used in Decontamination Countdown.
Danger. Light containment zone overall decontamination in T-minus 30 seconds. All checkpoint doors have been permanently opened. Please evacuate immediately.
So here's the usage of that music.
20, 19, 18, 17.
Yeah, and the person who actually told is doing a voiceover to that announcement is Cassie. I mean, his name is not Cassie, but the system in the game is called Cassie, Central Autonomic Service System for Internal Emergencies. For instance, I will send you some Cassie lines. New PA. Okay. Is that it? Okay.
1.
Okay, I think that's it.
Back.
Okay. So as you can see, oh, that's
Golf.
Cassie.
9-tailed fox. SCP subjects. Awaiting recontainment of an uncalculated number of SCPs. Yankee.
And most of these voice lines.
All remaining personnel are advised to proceed with standard evacuation protocols until an MTF squad reaches your destination. Awaiting recontainment of...
And I can even... Oh, so here's, for instance, I can actually show you that. So here's that. Okay. So...
Awaiting recontainment of... 4. SCP subject.
SCP subjects.
SCP subjects.
Yeah, so that's actually how it's working. Elevator music. Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of voice lines in there. That's not everything, because currently we are going to add more of these lines. Because as long as we are going to add the new surface with the access to the Cassie core, you have to get more words that you can use. Because if you don't remember, I mentioned that we are going to add a new Cassie access core, a core access room where you can actually control the entire facility. Because if you don't know, Cassie has actually a power of controlling the entire facility. So if you access Cassie, you can start the decontamination, you can cancel the decontamination, you can shorten the decontamination, you can start the detonation, you can play some announcements, you can do whatever you want, because you can control the entire facility. You can open and close doors from this point. That's actually the entire control center. And yeah, so we are going to add more. Let me just show you something. I will play that music in the background.
15,
Oh, wrong music.
13, 12, 11,
SL
10 seconds, 9, 8,
music, SL soundtrack. That's the normal version. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something really interesting in my opinion. I'm gonna show you two documents. The first one is new Cassie voice lines, and the second one is the explanation of our Cassie system. So that's it. Here is the list of new voice lines that are going to be added soon. I think I can do something like this. Yeah, that's a list of words that are going to be added. There are a lot of words, so yeah. That's the entire word base that is going to be added. Also, there's a second document which explains how Cassie works. I can actually give you a link for that. You can read everything about it. It actually also explains how many modules it has. So in the Cassie control center, you will be able to see data storage module, memory bank, public address system, decision making module, hardware diagnostic module, standby mode handlers, I don't know how to pronounce that word, emergency power unit, and backup generator. And also there are a list of some procedures, like we'll go to this part, this way. Zone mine decontamination, alpha warhead detonation, SCP proximity track, and SCP Tesla gate and morality and status track. That's the procedures that are currently implemented to the game, and you are able to disable or enable them in Cassie thing. Okay. So it also explains how Cassie works. Why is it autonomic, what's the entire lore of that. So I hope you're gonna like it. Now I'm going to post you a link for that. Okay, I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna send you the link for that. Okay, so here's the link, feel free to read it. And yeah, let's get back to our second version of the final. Oh, I can actually see how many people are currently reading that. Plus 46, plus 60, and so on. So it's going higher and higher. Okay, so also there's a fun fact about the music. Here's the second version of it. Actually, I think I can show you the entire soundtrack of our game. The first track is called Doctor Lab. It was a track that was made to play in the heavy containment zone, but we managed to play it in the entire heavy containment zone. So that's the heavy containment zone theme. Also, that's the soundtrack that was used in the game, but it was deleted because we didn't find enough purposes of having it. So that's only an ambient music, so that's not a music, that's only a soundtrack that plays in the background, that's not that has no, I don't know how to say that, special moments. I don't know, it's like background music, an ambient music. Also, main menu theme, I think everybody knows about it. Massive labyrinth. This is currently used if you are lost in the facility. So if you're not seeing anyone for a longer time, that music plays. Melancholy, which is our surface zone music soundtrack. Chaos Insurgency. It is actually loopable. Doctor's Lab's good. I really like Doctor's Lab as well. Actually, my favorite musics are the Chaos Insurgency theme, Doctor Lab, Melancholy, and the Final Flash of Existence, version 2. As you can see, it's very loopable. Okay, then we have unexplained behaviors. That should be an SCP-079 theme. That was planned to be used as SCP-079 thing, but it was not used at all. I don't know why. also very spooky. I like it. You can actually hear some whispers in the background. That's very spooky as well. Also, we got the run, which is MTF theme. It's not used in the game, but it's official MTF theme in the game. That's a faster music, which is an MTF theme. Okay, so now we left with the final Flash of Existence. We have two versions of that. We are planning to do many variations of that music, because that's our there's. Okay, I just want to explain it. We are just planning to add more variations of that music. So that's the first variation. I already shown that to you. And the second variation is that. I will also skip it forward. And I would like you to focus on that moment. On that guitar that plays in the background. Okay, so that's our... We actually call that topos in Polish. I'm not sure how it's called in English, but it's actually a moment that constantly repeats. So if you take a look, that's the guitar concept. Yeah, so that's our that's the default like, you know, the thing that constantly repeats. Also, that's the digitalized version. And that's the example in the first version. Can you hear that? So that's it. You can actually hear that in that music, and that's the second example in the second version. And also a second example in the second version, the third example in the second version. And yeah, if you don't know about it, now I can play the entire version 2, which means I'm going to finish the stream, because that's our outro music. So, let's play it in the background, and I'm going to say goodbye soon. I'm not finishing yet, I will just answer a couple of questions. So, Cassie be damaged or disabled by rivaling teams and repaired and activated by MTF. Actually, there's something that I really want to say right now, but I really cannot. You will understand everything after the new patch, because there is also a very interesting mechanic related to Cassie and something else. I really cannot say what, but I would really like to, but it will actually lose the entire magic. Make SCP-XXX mobile. Mobile version of SCP-XXX is not possible to make, because SCP-XXX is not optimized enough to make it in mobile, to make it run in a mobile version. Yes. Say please. TLS. SCP Cassie. Cassie is not an SCP. Cassie is just a machine, right? Cassie actually sounds like a male or female? Female. Like a name for girls, like for women. But it's a man, of course. Cassie is not a name, Cassie is only an aberration. A short version of Central Autonomic Service System for Internal Emergencies. It's not, okay, let's, well, oof. Okay. If we take a look on that, I also have some notepad in there. So, it's not Cassie, it's Cassie. I'm not sure if you can see that. Just a second. And I lost the moment. Never mind. Okay, so the Cassie should be written with dots. Okay. Are you going to add a progression system? You meant the leveling system. I think I already answered that question in the last Q&A. Technical difficulties, that's right. I love this music so much. And here's the theme. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can hear that. the theme plays in there. When is the next patch coming? Definitely in a longer time than... It won't be faster than in a month. It definitely will be in the next month. Maybe in... yeah, and like, I don't know, actually. I have to count a little bit. But yeah. So yeah, here's the second drop down. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone who was in the stream. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next streams that should be more recently right now. Again, sorry for my English, I'm still learning a lot. I only speak English for a year, so thank you for everything again, and goodbye.